Rosen, and yeah, today I'm here for something else that today I'm here for, I'm going to rank all 5 of the challenger packs in the first Fighter's Pass. As soon as all the characters come out in Challenger Pack, and not Challenger Pack, the second Fighter's Pass, I will probably end up making one for that. But yeah. So we'll start off with the first Challenger Pack, Joker. Joker, who honestly was the perfect way of starting off the pass. With, as you can see here, the stage Mementos. Just Joker's character as a whole. I'm not sure what to say that hasn't been already said. Hey, cool, I got up to 6.6. So, yeah, to start off, we have Joker, who is currently seen as one of, if not the best character in the game. What a good way to start off the Fighter's Pass with the top tier. Now I'm going to start off with what I think is the positives, then I'm going to move on towards the negatives. Positive for Joker's Pass: Persona music in Smash. I'm just gonna let you know, I have not played any of the Persona games. But yeah, just literally the music itself managed to get me hyped for Joker's release. And that also includes a song that you might be hearing in the background, the remix of Beneath the Mask. Joker came with the stage Mementos, which has the amazing gimmick of changing colors depending on music. And then here we have currently showing up, in my opinion, the worst part of the pass, Arsene. In my own personal opinion, Joker is pretty balanced when it is just him. Then Arsene comes out. As, yeah, Arsene only appears for, I think it was 30 seconds. And also, the Memento stage, none of the stages from the first Fighter's Pass, except for possibly one exception, are really good for competitive play. Mementos is definitely not hazards off or on, simply because of the slant, which may not seem too important, but yeah, this actually can provide some form of area for camping, believe it or not. And so I will say that, in my opinion, Just so you know, I'm gonna be rating these out of 5, so yeah. And the rating is going to be what I think of the pass in general. So I'm gonna say, for Challenger Pack 1, Joker, a solid 2 out of 5. This, in my opinion, the second best pass and the perfect way to start this pack off. Anyways, let's move on to the next one. And here we have Challenger Pack 2, Hero. Probably the second most controversial character in the Fires Pass, simply because of, well, just down B as a whole. And as for everything, I mean, Hero is a very fun character. He's my secondary currently. But as an actual pack, I hate to say this, but the boy came up pretty short. Only having 8 music tracks, 0 remixes, and out of the 8 music tracks, in my opinion, only 1 is really good. And it's the one that's currently playing Adventure from Dragon Quest III. But in practically everyone's opinion, Hero does have the best alt, being 4 different characters out of the whole entire pack. But Hero, alongside his stage, do have a very horrible, random gimmick, as demonstrated by the crit, but in the hazards off variation, which you're forced to go into in training mode. But in my opinion, Hero has the best stage out of the pack, of the whole pass, for competitive play, being Yggdrasil's Altar. Since the little platforms here don't spawn in the hazards off variation, and the platform layouts, those just mean, so sometimes it's FD, but it also sometimes isn't. And this stage actually has the furthest, if I'm remembering correctly, this stage has the furthest distance from the blast zones, probably to make up for these things. But overall, I will give Hero's pack a 4 out of 5. Hero might be fun to play, but his pack was not really all that good. Anyways, on to the next. I'm just gonna say it right now. Banjo-Kazooie's pass is the worst pass. It's 5 for 5. I just realized now how confusing this rating system is being with the way I'm putting it, but yeah. Banjo, 5 out of 5, worst pack in the game. Or not pack in the game, but the worst Fighters pass. The only thing you are really getting out of this is the character is neat. And his stage is okay. It has some fairly unique layouts. But stage, spinning, not at all good. Practically every single layout has a way to make camping far more viable than it needs to be, which is Banjo's play style out of everything. I just do not think Banjo is a good pack. He comes with 10 music tracks, only one of which really being good. Although, I will give him one thing with his music tracks. He does have the most remixes compared to regular music tracks. What I mean by that is 7 of his music tracks are remixes. So if we just take into account the remixes, that makes 70% of his music. But Banjo, worst fighters pack, or not fighters pack, worst challenger pack. I'm sorry, Banjo mains, but I mean compared to a bunch of the other stuff, like seriously. And on to the next. And here we go, best pass in the game. 100%. I find it very ironic that we got the release of the worst pack in the game and the reveal of the best on the same day, back to back. I may be slightly biased considering that Terry is my main. But other than that, let's go over the things that came out of this fighter's pass. Terry, one of the coolest looking characters in the game, and in my personal opinion, alongside Joker, has some of the coolest looking moves in this game. In the form of, well, this might get a little bit tedious, so there we go. Terry, in my opinion, has the most balanced comeback mechanic in this game, in the form of Go, because, well, sure, he gets 2 incredibly powerful moves, including, in my opinion, the most satisfying move to land in this game. But they're both balanced around the fact that you have to be at 100% or higher to even use them. Plus, they are very, they're more high risk, especially Buster Wolf. If they both come with the insanely high reward. Terry, in my opinion, has the best stage, not for out of the past, not for competitive specifically, because obviously this stage has some problems in competitive. I mean, you just saw me abuse the wall like, what, 3 times for incredibly quick KOs? What Terry brought was what I believe the main goal of the Fighters Pass was, which was just to be a love letter to these franchises. And with 50 music tracks beating out the total amount of the other or packs being 40, and beating the second best in terms of the number of music with remixes alone, and with one of the coolest characters, and with the best stage gimmick and most balanced comeback mechanic, in my opinion. How can you not give this pack the first place, the gold medal? This pack, in my opinion, is a 0 out of 5, yes, this is getting even more confusing, but since I can't give 0, 1. Best pack in the game. No doubt about it. Oh. So yeah, anyways, on to the last pack. And here we have the most controversial pack in this game because of, well, 3 simple words: more Fire Emblem. Honestly, if this character had the exact same moveset but just was from a different franchise, people would definitely just be hyped. People literally hated on this character because, more Fire Emblem. But let's just say quickly why this pack does not deserve any of that crap. This character comes with the Gary Monastery. I think I said that right. Stage and Byleth from Fire Emblem 3 Houses. Honestly, the only real problem I see with this pack is that this was the end to the Fighter's Pass. If they made like Banjo or Terry or Joker, or well, not Joker because that was definitely meant as a beginning. But if they made either Banjo or Terry the end, I feel like people would be far less pissed about Byleth because it's not the final end-all pack. Like, oh, we have to get the most hype character in this pack, and then what do we get? Fire Emblem. Byleth, in my opinion, does have the worst stage out of the whole entire pack, or out of the pass, but that really does not influence my decision. I'm going to continuously say he because I prefer playing the male alts. Call me whatever the hell you want for that. But Byleth is one of the most fun characters in the game, in my opinion. You can hate on me for that, I don't care. But my only real problem with Byleth is the stage and that he is the last character. If he was third or second, then it would be a far better pass in my opinion. Yes, placement now matters apparently. The only really good stage layout is this part when you're just transferring from place to place. If it was always that, then stage would actually probably be used in competitive. But no, the hazards off just becomes this. It's a walk off with platforms. Literally every single layout has some way to make camping just yes. Oh. Toon Link can block that. Well, can't block that. You can't block it from here. But Byleth and Challenger Pack 5, I will give 3 out of 5. This is the least confusing placement by far. Well, let's get on to the final. And yeah. Haha, you thought I was going to cover Miniman now, but it was me, Tio. Yes, I had to make that joke. So, I'm currently going to just do this and place them in the order of which I feel is the best. So, we shall see. There we go. Order of which character is best in the Fires Pass on the right side. And number 1, Terry Bogard. Number 2, Joker. Number 3, Byleth. And then Hero, and then Banjo. Well, that is all for now. Later, guys.